Research shows low persistence and completion rates among college students taking developmental courses, but that trend changes when students have a growth mindset, which is the idea that intelligence can be developed. Researchers at Stanford University are studying the long-term impacts of a growth mindset module, in which students are asked to read and reflect on an article that describes how brain functioning improves when people confront new challenges and seek out advice.
My name is Sarah Gripsover. I'm the Director of Research at the Project for Education Research That Scales, which is known as PERTS. I am part of the College Completion Network, working on a study of a growth mindset intervention for community college students with Dr. Greg Walton as the principal investigator. There are messages in our culture about the nature of things like intelligence and the abilities that you need to succeed in college. And one set of ideas around that topic is that you're sort of born with a certain amount of intelligence and you can't really do that much to change it. But especially for students who are, from historically marginalized backgrounds in educational contexts, the culture doesn't tell them that they're one of the ones that has this ability. And so they kind of have in the background of all their academic activities this idea that, at any minute, I'm going to be revealed to not really have what it takes to succeed in college. A growth mindset lens is basically looking at college through the belief that intelligence is something that's malleable and it's something that can meaningfully change over time. The intervention leads students kind of through the scientific evidence for why intelligence actually is malleable. And then there's another piece of the intervention that is what we call a saying is believing exercise. We have them think about a hypothetical other student who doesn't know that, intelligence can be developed. And we have them kind of craft like a pep talk for that student. And I think it's really amazing that we've collected so much data from a sample that is often underrepresented in higher education research, which is community college students. So I'm really optimistic with that sample and with the, just kind of diverse students in that sample that we'll be able to learn something about when and for whom growth mindset interventions and psychological resources more generally are the most helpful.
Check back soon for initial findings from the PERTS research team on the effects of the growth mindset on college persistence and degree completion. Sign up for our newsletter and explore our website to learn more about our research teams and to stay up to date on their projects.